Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SF1 GP2 here for the round 15. This is the Italian Grand Prix held at Monza, so it's not definitely going to be Imola or Mugello. It's definitely going to be Monza, the only one on the game, so we're going to have a nice little time here. As you guys saw last night, GP3, what a race that was, except for lap 1. Hopefully that same thing doesn't happen this evening. However, we are here with the top 10 in Q3. We have Senna, who's on an outlap. We have Lucky's on an outlap. Good to see Lucky get into Q3. Devil's on an outlap. A lot of guys are actually on an outlap. We're going to jump to see, I believe it was Rashi who's going to be first out. Let's see if he can connect a lap for his benchmark lap, what they call the banker lap. He does have a Haas just behind him. I believe it's Lucky 13. Give you guys a rundown of the championship points heading into this round. This season is starting to wrap up, so every point is going to start to count. This man was in GP3, led by a long way, so he opted to move to GP2 because he felt, and we felt, that his pace was on line with GP2. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful, wonderful holiday who was in the States, as myself, here on what they call Black Friday. So whatever you're doing, make sure you put down that tablet. Stop ordering all your gifts on Black Friday sales because they're usually not sales. Rash is going to start his first flying lap. We're going to jump on board with him for a lap around Monza here into turn 1, which could be chaos at the beginning of the race. Turn 2, clean out. Make sure you get the traction down. You want to get that power down as quickly as possible to get the speed because this place is the fastest track on the calendar. Coming up to turn 3 and 4, he sets purple. However, he's the first one to set a lap in this this time. Well, not time. I'm already stumbling over my words. In this session, easy does it. Gotta attack this curve quick. Careful not to run wide into the gravel there. DRS, second DRS zone. You're gonna go underneath the tunnel, which is the old banking area that you guys saw in the 60s. They used to run around that. Coming up to Ascari, hard entry. You wanna make sure you attack. Don't put too much throttle down, as that curve will spit you out. Rashi did really well to get through there. Rashi was actually quickest in Q1. Lucky 13 quickest in Q2. We have yellow sector 1. It looks like one of the Ferraris. It looks like it's going to be Zolo. However, Rashi is rounding the last corner to finish his benchmark. The time it's going to be 19.8 for Rashi this evening in that Williams. Is going to be behind. Lucky goes 19.6. Lulu goes 20.1. Keep an eye on the rest of these guys. We have a couple of these guys coming through. Devla goes quickest with a 19.4. Carlos 22.4. Definitely going to improve on that. Who else is going to improve if he's just started his flying lap now? So we'll stay on board with him. If you guys don't mind, I seem to have had another bit of an allergy attack, so a little behind, but I should be able to hold on through this stream. See what Whiffy in that Renault can do. We have sector 3 yellow. I think it's Zolo again. It's going slow and he's gearing up for his lap. Let's jump on board. Yes, he's going to go for it now. Jump back with Whiffy. Let's see what kind of time he can put in for his benchmark lap. A little hard onto that inside right curb. DRS is open for him. Through Ascari, pretty clean so far. Yes, the cars are going to top out, never mind kilometers, we're going to talk about miles per hour. Cars are typically going to run about 210 miles per hour down the start-finish line. DRS enabled with overtake, you could be reaching 216, 218, so it's going to be quick. Whiffy goes 19.5, good enough for P2 in this session so far. It looks like Zolo is on a lap coming up to Ascari. Let's see what he can put in this evening. Can he keep it clean through here? Goes a little deep, invalidates his lap, so he's going to have to back out and give it another go. Probably enter the pits. We have a sector 2 yellow. I'm not sure who that's for. That wasn't for JML. Was that for Looney Moo? Not for Looney Moo. Who's up ahead of him? That's Rashi. Rashi's come out a little bit early to give it another go, which he's invalidated this lap, so he's backed out, letting these guys go through. Carlos looks like he's going to give it another go. He's invalidated this lap as well. He's going to probably pull it into the pits. Livid he is on a flyer, so we'll jump on board with Livid, see what kind of time he can put it to. It goes a little deep into that corner, almost a little wide into the kitty litter. DRS is open for him. Ascari, one of the hardest parts on this circuit, I would say. The entry is key to get the nice exit. Don't put too much throttle down and that exit right there. Both curbs on the left and right will catch you out. I have a feeling we might see an accident or two this evening there. Rashi retires from P3. Feeling comfortable enough that 19.5 should see him with a good starting position. Here comes Livid. What time is it going to be on the board? It's going to be a 19.3. Good enough for pole position currently here at the Italian Grand Prix. Can that hold the rest of their session? 5 minutes remain for these drivers. This man trying to gain pole. He is on a hot lap. Let's see what kind of time he can get himself into. Around the final corner. Coming up to the line, this is going to be a flyer. 16:19.2. Just best Livid by 1/10. Good enough for P1 currently. Senna and Zolo is on another out lap. So everybody's pretty much on a cooldown lap. I'm sure Livid is. He's pushing, but he's invalidated this lap. Livid is definitely on a, or not Livid. JML is definitely on a cool lap. F1 Carlos coming back out for another lap here. I believe he did his first one on scrub tires. Let's see if he can improve on those brand new soft compounds. Senna just keeping quiet in the pits. Let's see what his teammate does eventually. Zolo getting ready to come up to Ascari, gearing up for another lap. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't know how you guys feel, but that entry to Ascari, just the entire Ascari is pretty much the hardest part of this track I ever had problems with. Especially when you're in traffic trying to fight for position. The entry is key because you could get a warning. Here comes Zolo around the final corner. Can he do the Tifosi proud this evening in that Ferrari? His teammate Croce crashing out of Q1, I believe, not being able to get a time on the board. Zolo into corner. Is he running? He is running number 16, Charles Leclerc's number. Clean through the first couple corners. Can he knock this out of the park? Sets a purple sector 1, so this could be a flyer. Can he get that elusive purple sector 2? Exit's clean. DRS is open for him. Coming down underneath the tunnel. Sector 2. Down he is. It doesn't tell me his delta. He hasn't set a lap yet. Purple sector 2, so I wonder if that's personal best sector. Into the final corner. Running around 114. How can he get this time? Improve. No improvement. He's going to set a time. He's going to set a 19.8. Good enough for P8 currently on this grid in session Q3. Whiffy's on an out lap. Devla's on an out lap. As well as Lucky. Can Lucky improve on his 19.6? See, SF1 Carlos is on a lap. Let's jump on board with him. See if he can improve. Around the final corner, I think he's going to give it another go. Now, when is SF1 Senna going to go? He's got to go soon. Is that his car leaving? Yeah, he's going to give it a one and done this evening. Let's jump on board with his teammate, SF1 Carlos, in that Alfa Romeo. Let's see what kind of time he can get into. Can he improve on the 19.6, put him further than P6 currently on the grid? rather clean. I will say a big shout out to SF1 Carlos. He's been playing a lot of the crew lately, and that might be why he's into the wall. So it's unfortunate that he's not going to be able to improve on his lap. As he DNFs, his tires are still spinning. He's going to wait till a couple of the cars pass by. There goes his teammate. Teammate probably wondering what is going on there. SF1 Carlos might possibly start this race in P10. No damage on the front wing, which is very surprising, but he's not going to have enough time to come around. The clouds are reeling in. Zolo's gone off in the overbreak area. Zolo's retired on track, which is a bit of a no-no. JML grabs pole position. No, he's still on pole position. That's my unfortunate. He's going to give it another go here. Can he improve on his time? Who's going to be the next to cross? I believe Lucky is on a flyer, but he's invalidated this lap. He should know he's going to run out of time, so he's going to stay with 19.6. Is it, though? Is it a glitch? Maybe I'm having a little bit of a time difference glitch than these guys. No, he's going to cross the line. That's going to be it for him this evening. Senna, let's jump on board with the only man who has yet to set a time in Q3. Can he steal that pole position off his championship rival? Sitting pole position right now, JML. DRS open, coming underneath the tunnel into the entry of Ascari. At this point, the lap's almost done. It does go purple sector 2, but I believe that's a personal best. Easy does it. Entry, exit. JML goes even faster with an 18.8. It's going to be a big ask for a lot of these guys. Can SF1 Senna have a say in that matter? Goes a little narrow into the final corner. It's going to be 19.4. Good enough for P4, and I believe that's going to be it. Whiffy's on a final. He's going to hug that line as much as he can. 19 something. I missed it. Where does that place him for the race? He's going to start this race P6, ladies and gentlemen. Here, give you guys a rundown of Q3 session. JML grabs pole position at the Italian Grand Prix, followed by a very solid lap from Libby to get himself in P2. Lunimu, P3. That is a solid job from Lunimu. SF1 Senna, championship rival JML, P4. Devla, P5. Whiffy, P6. Rashi, P7. SF1 Carlos, P8. Lucky 13, P9. And Zolo's going to start P10 for this race. Give you guys a little bit of a break. When we load up, I'll give you guys a rundown of the championship, and then I definitely have to relax my voice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everything you want to see points-wise is coming right up. We're going to give you guys a look first at the combined constructors. Mercedes still leads the way, top of the board, followed by Alfa Romeo. Coming up to third, we have Haas making a strong push towards the end of the season. Racing Point is in fourth. Ferrari is fifth. Williams is in sixth. Red Bull 7th. AlphaTauri 8th. Renault is 9th. And McLaren 10th. No change from last week's Belgian Grand Prix. But everything you guys want to see driver championship points wise, SF1 Senna still holding the lead at P1, or I guess you'd say first position right now. His championship rival in second, making a little bit of the gap from last week winning at the Belgian Grand Prix. SF1 Carlos in P3. Bill moves up to P4. Livid drops to P5. We have Lunimu moving up to 6th. Devlet moving down to 7th. We have Rashi and his teammate Becker 8th and 9th. Whiffy holding on to 10th. We have Fatal moving. He actually holds on to 11th. Postglad moves up to 12th. Kart Legend moves down. We have Lucky moving down. Croce moves down. Dinner, who hasn't made it this evening. We have Zolo moving up. We have Steel, who hasn't made it this evening either. brand new Renault driver Phil sitting in 19th, and Albon, who's yet to make it to a race since he's moved to GP2, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But until then, I'll give you guys a little bit of Dinner hasn't made it in the last 2 weeks. Is he here? He's here. Good call. I didn't see it. I was paying attention to the points. So SF1 Senna gives me the good old "I told you so" kind of thing. So Dinner is going to start this race most likely from the back. I know that it's Fatal Defiance who actually has a grid spot penalty, 5 positions, so that's going to see him probably start from the back of this race. Come on, Alpha Grim in the chat. That's what I want to see. He is in the Red Bull, though. So, Dinner's going to start this race in a Red Bull. However, we do know his points go towards the McLaren team. I'm going to relax my voice. Let you guys ponder over that championship table. It's going to get spicy this evening. Will these drivers make it through turn 1 without damage? In moments' time, we'll see. I think these guys should probably be going in about 3 minutes' time. Until then, I'm going to relax my voice and give you guys the best commentary for the Italian Grand Prix for this GP2 race in a moment's time. I'll see you soon. Stay with us. Looks like we're just about ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Couple seconds left on the board before we start the formation lap here. Get rid of that for you guys. That is a weird place. Let's get rid of that mini map, shall we? Full map track? No, we're going to get rid of that. So this man starts on pole, running down the rest of the order during the formation lap to give you guys a heads up. If you're just joining us, Living Opossum P2, Looney Moo P3, SF1 Senna, our championship leader in P4, Devla P5. We have Whiffy starting 6th. We have Ration 7th. SF1 Carlos in 8th. Excuse me. We have Lucky 13 in 9th. We have Zolo starting 10th. Bill in 11th. Becker, we have 12th. We have Postglad in 13th. Croce in 14th. Phil, 15th. Robert, who is a reserve this evening for Kart Legend in that Mercedes, in 16th. We have Fatal getting a grid spot penalty during qualifying, starting 17th. And the man, the elusive man himself, Dinner, finds himself into that McLaren for the beginning of this race, starting P18. He's going to start on a set of softs, too, it looks like. Let's give you guys a rundown. I know Lumimu was the only one that was in the top 10 at the end of Q2 to start with a medium compound. So let's get those tires up for you guys. So keep an eye on Lumimu. This could be a solid race for him this evening on an optimal tire strategy compared to the two in front of him, that being JML and Liverpool Boston. Looks like Senna is a little bit further behind. Lumimu staying with the front pack. There's his predicted pit stop strategy. So I finally learned something streaming wise. They have a pit stop strategy prediction for everyone you go down through when it pops up or when it decides to pop up. I kind of wish there was a button to turn it off, but we do what we can with the Codemasters game, as you guys would all know. Looks like JML is rounding the final corner to pull up to his grid spot. A couple of guys following through. A lot of softs, a couple mediums, and Defiance is going to go for a hard compound here at the Italian Grand Prix, which is an interesting call. I would have thought it would have gone for a medium compound. Third Dinner's gone for a soft compound. But here we are, JML's on the grid. Let's jump back with the rest of these guys. Alright, everybody's locked into their good spot. Waiting for those 5 red lights to go out here at the Italian Grand Prix. Give me a better camera angle. That is a better one. 5 are lit, and we are away for the Italian Grand Prix. JML gets a good start. Looks like one of the racing points gets a really good start. We have a Renault on the inside. Is he going to get P2 in the first turn? Here we go, first turn. Usually always chaotic. Running through the rest of the order. Looks like everybody makes it through. We do have a spinner. Avatar, we have an end plate flying. Oh geez. Not sure who that is. Postcloud gets a 5-second severe collision. Lumimu gets a 5-second. Dinner gets a 5-second. We have a yellow flag. We'll have to take a look. Is it a virtual safety car that's right on board with the Williams driver? We have a VSC, ladies and gentlemen. VSC here. Lap 1 of the Italian Grand Prix. Get the Delta back up for you guys because we couldn't cross through. SF1 Carlos gets a 5-second, I believe. So 4 drivers with a 5-second stop go for a collision here at the opener. That was intense. Whiffy making up a lot of positions on the opening part of this race. Lumimu unfortunately drops the Hoy down to P17. So back under green flag racing, JML retains and holds this lead here, putting lap 1 in the books just around the corner. Phil moves around Zolo. Zolo no front wing, so that's going to see him out. Can Livid catch up to JML in that Mercedes? Here comes the Delta. Delta's going to get wacky. It's telling me DRS is enabled. Fatal gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. So that is unfortunate. Livid looked like he was ghosting for a second. Zolo, a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane as well. SF1 Carlos looks like he opts to stay out for this time being. He's ghosting for some reason. He's not ghosting now. You guys hear that? This is my daughter in the background. She's enjoying the race. She's commentating with me. So you see Becker getting a new front wing. Lumimu most likely got a new front wings on his way out now. Same with Defiance. So unfortunate. Turn 1 claims another few in a league race here at the Italian Grand Prix. And my Delta is all wacky again. But this man currently leading the race on lap. It's definitely lap 2. It's not lap 3. And that Delta is super wacky. So give it a little bit of time to sort itself out. We have Whiffy catching up with Livid. This might be race here in a moment's time. We have Rashi that's catching up with him as well. Look, there's a tow of cars here. Let's jump on board for Rashi. He's going to be battling the Renault and the Red Bull. He's definitely catching rather quickly. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background as much as I can. She's having a ball watching this race. I no longer need an alarm clock either for Formula 1 races because she wakes me up for time for it. But it looks like Rashi's fighting a bit of damage. Could he? No, he doesn't have any damage, but he's definitely battling understeer, it looks like, in this car. And might be the tow he's getting. Let's jump on board. This man already has a 2.1 second gap between himself and Livid in P2. Can he make a grand slam again this weekend for P1? Getting pole position. And here comes Livid and Whiffy. Whiffy will have a look here. It is finally lap 3. DRS will be available for him. Jump on board with Whiffy going into the final corner. Livid just ahead. He's going to be vulnerable with DRS. This could be spicy in a moment's time. DRS is open for him. Livid going to go for the outside. Whiffy's going to go for the inside. We have a move on Devla and Rashi for P4. Oh, that was a bit close. But Whiffy overtakes Livid for P2. Can he catch that gap down, or can he bring that gap down between himself and JML? Gap is dropping, 2.2 seconds now. This man is rapping. I will say he is one of the hardest GP2 drivers, definitely to beat at the Canadian Grand Prix. That is his home track, and I've seen him race on there. I've raced him on there. He can be untouchable. Lununu gets the fastest lap of the race with 122.7. His fellow Canadian, Livid, following him in that tow. We have a move here for Rashi and Senna. Can Senna have a look here? Lucky gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Our first, I believe, of the session. Senna backs off just a bit here. Look at the tow going on between these guys. Oh, the gap is back up. Livid's guys DRS. Let me take a look at some of the other battles we have going on. We have SF1 Carlos working on Don Croce. Is he going to make a move for the inside? He thought about it. Locks up the tires heavily into turn 1. Croce being on those medium compounds. SF1 Carlos should have the pace over him. And the grip. I have to keep an eye on the Delta. Delta's still Livid's holding onto the back of Whiffy here. Look at the queue behind the racing point. There's a large pack of cars looking possibly for a good podium this evening. Livid just behind. Goes a little deep into that corner. That could have possibly been a warning. The exit's definitely going to be a warning as we have... Oh, who was that? I think that was Lucky went really wide on the exit. Let's take a look at the battle here. SF1 Senna running into the final corner. DRS is going to be open. It is a DRS train here this evening between Whiffy, Livid, Devla, Rashi, Senna, Lucky. Is anybody going to go for a move in turn 1? Rashi thought about it, backed out of it. All of these guys, except for Croce and Honest, off compound, so they're all going to dive in the pits at the same time. We have a move for Croce and Carlos going back. What a move that going on there. Let's jump on board with the Ferrari driver, trying to do the Tintosi proud this evening. Carlos goes for the inside, making his car as possible. He's wide. He locks up a bit going into turn 3. Croce will have DRS on the Alfa Romeo. Senna looking for a move here soon. Lucky's looking for a move as well. Let's jump on board with Lucky, the Haas driver. Robert gets a 3-second time penalty. Robert up to P11 so far in this race. Rashi goes to the inside, trying to break the toe of SF1 Senna. Lucky back a little bit. Here comes SF1 Senna down the start-finish line. DRS is available. Is he going to go for a move on Rashi? He is in the turn 1. Can he hold the position and have a go at Racing Point in a moment's time? Devla, his rival, were winning this race so far in P1. Cheers for everybody who's jumped into this. Thank you guys for the views. Appreciate it. Livid and Whiffy going in. Into turn 3. Looks like Livid overtakes for P2. Clean does it. These guys are losing a lot of time though. JML, 4.5 seconds now is the gap. All of these guys battling each other for a podium position. Maybe start to work together. There's a couple cars that can run wide. Devlin runs wide. Let's take a look at the back of that Red Bull, and you can see the queue of cars coming for P2 through Ascari. Here comes Whiffy. He's getting closer and closer. Through the final corner. DRS is going to be available for the Renault. Watch how quickly DRS is powerful, or how powerful it is here at the Italian Grand Prix. Nobody else making a move. Whiffy gets back into P2. It's hard to call this. Everybody's so close. Devlin does have a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to put him well down to about P9 so far in this pack of cars fighting each other. Keeping an eye on the rest of these guys. Oh, Senna gets a 3-second time penalty. Wow. A couple of them did. Livy got one, and then Senna got one. Dinner gets himself a 3-second time penalty. That's how hard it is to battle in a single file line at Monza. The dirty air will not do you any favors as Senna. Devla backs out of that fight. He's going to let Senna through. Lucky gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Devla, where's Rashi in this matter? Lucky is going to have a look at that Williams driver in a second. Devla is just licking his chops here, thinking, alright, if anything happens ahead of me, I have a good, sweet position right now. Does have a time penalty. We have Rashi who's gonna... Who was that pulling pit? Lucky's gonna be the first to blink on those soft compounds. Is he gonna move to the hard compound early in the race and take him to the end? Let's stay on board with him. See what the Haas driver does. Third Dinner gets a 5-second for corner cutting. 5 seconds. So Lucky is gonna move to the hard compounds and replace his front wing. And he's gonna be on his way out now. Decker gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Decker sitting P16 currently on the hard compounds. A couple guys had to pit early because of lap 1 incidences, which is usually normal here. Third Dinner retires from the race. That could be huge. We have a virtual safety car. I thought it was going to be a safety car. I thought that was going to be a safety car. Lots of guys going to die for the pits now. We have Becker into the pits. We have Postblad into the pits. Probably going to put on the hard compounds and take them to the end, see what these guys do. I mean, why not? Free pit stop. Although the hard compounds, they can go the distance from lap 9 on, but they're not going to have the kind of pace that some of these guys at the beginning, such as Croce and Phil and Robert, are going to have. As we have Livid, who gets a speeding into the pit lane, 5-second. Couple guys decide to stay out. Withy stays out. Senna stays out. Rashi stays out. I don't know. I think they want to go for that medium compound. I might have probably went. Lunimu gets a drive-through for speeding into a virtual safety car. So, Lunimu today. Day at the office, possibly a day to forget. Esteban Carlos is on his way out of the pits, puts on a medium compound. Is he going to try to stretch those tires 17 laps? JML did dive in the pits. I did miss that. He puts on the medium compound to take those to the end. That could have been a free safety car for him. Look at the gap now. Sector 2 yellow. Phil's out of the race. What's happening to Phil? Keep on board with Lucky. See if we can find him. It looked like it was the end of Sector 2 or Sector 3. Jump on board. Oh, there he is. He's clipped that outside curb on the left and spit his car back into the wall. No safety car, however. That is strange. His car is sitting right in the middle of the circuit and there's no safety car. Senna dives in the pits to put on the mediums. Bill stays out. JML retakes P2. Withy is going to come out. P4, it looks like. Here comes Rashi, though. No, that's not Rashi. That's Devla. Devla takes P4 in this race. Now, these two have to keep an eye on. They have had contact in the beginning of the season before. We've had it contact at the Monaco Grand Prix, which was a little tongue-in-cheek. This man leading the race, keeping it clean too. 10 laps on those soft compounds. I believe I have the gear glitch on him, which I do. JML pitted for a new medium compound to take him to the end of this race. Live it, unfortunately, with a time penalty. Devla does. Withy sitting pretty clean right now in P5. Just have Devla the racing point just ahead of him. Dinner in the comments. That was painful. I forgot to put up my setup. 2 to 3 seconds off the pace anyways. I have done that. Dinner. I know how it feels, especially at Monza. It's kind of worthless, really. Comes Withy. We'll have DRS. Bill does decide to pit for a new set of medium compounds. Withy will have DRS on the racing point. Around the inside. Job done even before they get to turn 1. He does hold to the inside to keep it clean, though. SF1 Senna watching this battle just ahead of him. Everybody keeping it relatively clean after turn 1. Delta gaps are spaced out now between these three, though. So they stay on board with these guys. We're keeping it right in the middle with Devla. So 2 casualties so far in this race. We have Phil who's out. We have Lunimu who just got a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane yet again. But we also have Dinner, which you guys saw in the comments. Forgot to put the setup on here. That's already a death sentence, so fortunate for him this evening. Good though that you made the race. Do appreciate it, Dinner. Good to see you back in. Devla running right behind that Renault. Can he get a good run on him? Toe is everything here. Allows you to recharge your battery as well as some of your fuel if you need to. Everybody apart from Withy and JML at the top have penalties. We have Fatal gets a 3-second for multiple warnings. Here goes Devla on the inside of the Renault Withy. Side by side into turn 1. This could end bad. Let's jump on board with Senna. Ooh, bit of contact made between Devla and Withy. Oh, we have Fatal going on a move for Robert here. Becker gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Fatal's going to go to the inside, and that AlphaTauri goes deep, and that's going to give the position back to the Mercedes driver. Lap 13 out of 27. Here at Monza, Senna still following the Renault and the Racing Point of Devla. Livid's kind of checked out here. Kind of in a no man's land, sitting in P2. Little twitchy out of Scari. Holds onto the car nicely though. Devla and Whiffy. Senna looks like he's going to have a run on Devla. Jump on board with him. Actually, let's jump on board with Whiffy. Wait, why is... No, Devla got ahead. Esteban Carlos, there's contact made between the Renault and the Racing Point. That's going to allow... GCP. Senna's going to have a run now. Devla, they go close. You see the hand in frustration between the Racing Point and... I believe Devla's clipping that. So Senna moves up to P3. Rashi now in the talks of the podium this evening. What can Senna do? Can he pull that gap between himself and Livido Parsons down? Gap now 4.7 seconds. Let's give you guys a look at the penalty situation so far. We have Livid on 8 seconds. We have Senna on 3 seconds. Devla's on 3. We have Lucky on 6. Esteban Carlos on 3. We have Robert on 3. Fatal 11 seconds. And next to his name, Zolo has 5 seconds. We have Becker on 6 seconds. And Lunu on 5 seconds. Here goes Rashi on Devla. Looks like it's going to be job done before they hit Ascari. Rashi goes a little early into that corner. Jump back to the tires for you. Lunu sets the fastest lap of the race with a 122.6. I see a move. I see a move coming. Esteban Carlos has crashed out of this race. Safety car, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to hurt. That is going to hurt big time. And if I were anybody on these medium compounds, I'd dive for the pits. Zolo gets to drive through for speeding under the pit lane. Or speeding under the safety car. My apologies. Will these guys die for a pits for a new medium compound? Nobody's making a move yet. We have a couple guys. Proch has gone for a new soft compound. 10 laps should last him. Fatal goes for a new... Is he going to go for a new soft? He's going to serve a 5-second stop. Go. And he is going to go for a new set of softs. Rashi. What will these guys... Will these guys move to a soft compound? Let's watch this man, see if he dives for the pits for a soft compound. He is going to dive for the pits. Yes, he is. He's going to dive. Will any of these other guys stay out? Was Livid going to stay out? Is Senna going to stay out? See if Livid dives for the pits. He's going to stay. Yeah. Oh. Decision at the last second. Senna's going to dive for the pits. He does not. He's going to stay out. Rashi dives for the pits. Devla dives for the pits. Bill, the other Racing Point, is going to stay out. This man is going to inherit the lead behind the safety car for the time being. His championship rival on brand new softs is going to follow behind him and follow him through the safety car restart. A lot of guys diving for the pits. Is Robert going to dive for the pits? He does not. Rashi went for a new set of softs. Livid for a medium compound. Devla jumps out with a new set of mediums. Croce with a new soft compound as well as Fatal. Zolo jumps out with a new set of mediums. So this is going to put the pack right back to square one here, ladies and gentlemen. Zolo gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. A lot of penalties coming this evening. A lot of them coming underneath safety car or virtual safety car. These two, what a shot that is. Championship rivals, JML P2, SF1 Senna P1. One of them is on a soft compound. One of them is on a medium compound with a penalty to his name. So at this point, I think it's fair to say for SF1 Senna to just try to minimize the damage that's going to be done, because I think JML on those soft compounds has a solid shot to taking the win this evening. Unless something really bizarre happens, we should see. They're going to have 10 laps to go at the end of this race. Yes, yes. Oh, SF1 Carlos getting in trouble by Mr. Nightbot for spamming. Let's give you guys a look at the biggest movers, even though we are under safety car right now. Position changes so far. SF1 Senna, even though we know this is going to change, he is up 3 positions. JML down, making that last pit stop. 2-stop strategy underneath safety car. Bill's up 8 positions. Lucky's up 5 positions. Whiffy is up 1. We have Livid down 4, unfortunately. Rashi yet to move. Made a couple moves so far in this race, sitting P7 where he started. We have Robert up 8 positions. Solid race so far for the reserve this evening. Devlin down 4. We have Croce up 4. Fatal up 6. We have Postglad up 1, actually. We have Zolo down 3. Becker down 2. And Lunimu, like I said earlier, day to forget possibly underneath this race here. Down 12 positions. Jump back with the tires. Give you guys a look at the rest of this race. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing here. That's what we want. Carlos, give us a rundown of what happened. Just tell me if it was a Scari. If it was a Scari, I'll forgive you. Like I mentioned before this week started, if you mastered a Scari, you'd have my blessing. Safety car still lit. We are waiting. This might be up for yet another lap too, because Becker and Lunimu are quite far behind, both moving to the soft compound. And Postglad dives into the pits, probably going to put on the soft compound here as well. Exit of Ascari, sometimes I can take the curve, sometimes I can't. So Postglad moves to a set of soft compounds to take him to the end. No penalty to his name either, so he could move quite up the board at the end of this race. He's going to be able to pull back just behind these guys. There's Becker in the background, catching up. We have Lunimu, who I think they have him marked as a lap down now. So we're just going to be waiting for Zolo, Postglad, and Becker to catch up to the back of this guys. And it should be back to green flag racing. No, I was wrong. Safety car, front race control is going to be in this time around. Who is on a set of softs besides JML? Whiffy stayed out on a set of medium compounds. And there is a big spike of something happening just ahead of me. Lucky stayed out on hard compounds. So this is something to see with him. Is Whiffy is ghosting for some reason. Stay on board with Livid then. At the restart of this race, usually I like to go P4. Actually, let's give Lucky a little bit of screen time. I raced with Lucky, one of the fastest drivers I ever had to contend with. Oh, I have the gear glitch on him. Come on. Livet gets a 5-second spear collision with Rashi. J-Mail's really waiting. Here we go, back to green flag racing. Livet's gonna peer through that ghosting car of Whiffy. J-Mail trying his best. Is he gonna go for a Ricardo? No, he's gonna back out. Let's see the traffic behind him. Bill goes a bit deep. Lucky in the P4. Yes, replying to Nightbot is always good. J-Mail just behind the championship leader, his rival here at SF1 for GP2 this season. Stay on board with this battle, going for the lead. Couple guys making a move. I believe Whiffy's dropping because of ghosting reasons. Sector 2 yellow, not sure what that's for. Taking an eye on it. It's over now, whatever it was. These guys, look at the gap they've already put on everybody. Wow, no, that's not. Oh, okay. They were going to do it. Lucky goes into P3. That was a bit scary going into Ascari 3 wide. Let's jump with Liv. Actually, let's jump with Rashi watching this battle go through. It looks like J-Mail's looking for a look. Takes the lead from SF1 Senna. Woohoo, easy does it, guys. What a view from Robert's point of view here. This guy's not giving any inch here. Jump on board with Lucky, looking at the rear view. I have the gear glitch. Pardon that for a second. Into turn 1. Oh, bit of contact made between the Red Bull and the Williams. Okay, I gotta get off that gear glitch. These two going after it. J-Mail holding on to the lead. SF1 Senna holding on just behind him. He's got to stay with them. Although it is going to be a tough job as J-Mail's on brand new medium or soft compounds, and Senna on mediums with a penalty to his name. Let's see if he can have damage limitation and come across P2 this evening. What a drive so far from Robert up to P8 in the GP2 race. Although he has a lot of guys behind him that are looking for that P8. Whose car is that ghosting? That must be Luna's. Fatal gets a 3-second time penalty. Up on board, this man is making gains at the end of the race. Both Ferraris just behind him. J-Mail sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:22.2. Postglad gonna look at it, a move on that Mercedes, gonna go to the outside, follow the toe of the guys ahead. Zolo's been disqualified, ignoring a drive-through penalty. So where's Zolo? Zolo's pulled off to the side. That is unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Tinfosi is not going to be happy. Rashi just behind that Haas of Lucky. Lucky having a fantastic race so far this evening. Good recovery so far to get himself up to P3 on the podium. I know Lucky's going to fight for this. Both have time penalties. How much I can't say just yet. We'll give another update at lap 23. Because a lot of them seem to be flying in right now. Like I said, Becker gets a 3-second time penalty. Rashi's going to have DRS. Once these guys get to the start-finish line through Ascari. Hard place to follow. Dirty Air will kick you out. Rashi gets through cleanly. Lucky looks like he doesn't get through as clean. Devla having a look. Postglad having a solid look here. Looting move. Ghosting a lap down, but fighting for everything here. Bill and Devla, his teammate, make contact. That is a no-no Formula 1, but oh, look at the positions Bill's lost. Bill's going to die for the pits. And Bill gets a 5-second stop, or yeah, 5 second for speeding into the pit lane. Postglad moves up to P6 when he was running down to P16 for quite a while. What is that Williams doing? Becker. What is that? If you outbroke yourself and you moved out of the way, then I give you my full hand. But that, if you were making a move, was a bit naughty. So Postglad up to P6, solid race from him so far. Livid down to P5. Rashi up to P4. Goes a bit wide. Almost touched the kitty litter. Goes a bit dirty. There's a good example of dirty air here. Senna now 3 seconds behind his rival right now. But these guys, what a battle. Let's jump on board. Ah, the gear glitch. It's a tough fight, exactly. J Mouse is up another fast lap, 22.3. What has happened to Becker? Sorry, I had to take a bit of a breather. Becker's off into the wall. Just puts his car smack dab right into the wall. I have no idea what happened there. Woodfee must have lost connection. Hopefully he can jump back in. Robert down. Everybody pretty much now has a time penalty except for this man. He might be one to watch here as well as JML. Coming into the final, we have a safety car, ladies and gentlemen, as Woodfee gets a 5-second for ignoring yellow flags. He's not even in the lap. He's not even. That's his ghosting car. So tell me that the ghosting cars can get time penalties. The AI ghosting car can get time penalties. Mind blown, ladies and gentlemen. Mind blown. So what will these guys do? A couple laps to go towards the end of this race. A couple of them going to die for the pits. Will Senna die for the pits? Nothing to lose. Going on the soft compound. A couple positions. J-Mo tried to trick a few people out of it. No, it doesn't go for the pits. I don't know. This might be the man to watch for the remainder of this race. Might grab a P2 out of this. Becker gets a 5-second speeding into the pit lane. Lap 24 out of 27. I think that's going to pretty much discontinue DRS for the rest of this race, which is a big, big advantage here at Monza. So the couple of guys that are going to be fighting for position are going to have to do it on fuel and ERS alone. Wow, these guys are in the safety car. Jump back with the leader for the time being. One guy, Becker, dives to the pits. It looks like Fatal has dove for the pits. Looney Moo has dove for the pits as well. Stay on board. Let's give you guys a rundown of the penalties. I said I was going to do that at lap 23. However, things went crazy. So Senna's still holding a 3-second penalty. Lucky 6 seconds. Rashi 3 seconds. Livid is up to 8 seconds. Post Vlad and Zilch. We have Devla on 6. Croce 3. Robert 6. Whiffy 5. We have Fatal Defiance on 9. Bill on 5. And Becker's on 20 seconds. Looney Moo 0. This could really save Looney Moo's race this evening. A lot of guys. Becker has made 5 stops. Looney Moo has made 5 stops in this race. Fatal Defiance has made 3. Postgla has made 4 stops in this race. And that just goes to show you something, because he's sitting P6 with a look at the podium with 4 pit stops so far in this race. Alright, if you why I'm not talking as much, I'm trying to give my voice a bit of a break. Trying to save it a little bit. Safety car, will it be in this time around? Looks like it's going to be. Just waiting for that indication from race control. Lap 25, they're going to have a 2-lap shootout here towards the end once they cross that line into green flag conditions. This man leading the race. Safety car, there it is from race control. Safety car is in this lap. Let's jump on board with Rashi for the restart of this race. J-Mel is lagging quite a bit. Senna gets a 5-second for a severe collision with Lucky. That might have to be looked at. I didn't see a collision at all between those two. Maybe there was? We'll have to take a look. Oh, do I have the gear glitch on him now? Yes, I do. Okay, here we go. Start. Here we go. Back on the green flag racing. Let's jump on board. A lot of guys jostling for position. A couple guys a bit far out. Yeah, nobody was as close as I thought they would be. Becker's close to Bill. Going into turn 1. Is he going to have a look here? There's Williams against Racing Point. Becker's going to go to the inside. Is he going to send it? He's going to send it into turn 1. Goes really deep though, puts himself into another no-no position. Bit of contact though, sends Williams wide. Becker gets a 3-second time penalty. This man leading the race. Gap between himself and his rival gearing further up and up. 1 second now. Rashi just behind that Haas driver of Lucky. A couple moves being done here. Croce moves around the Racing Point of Devla. Sector 2 yellow. Who might that be for? Looneymoo. Something must have happened to Looneymoo. A multimate lap of this race already. It's been questionable. That won't lie. Robert gets passed by Fatal. Fatal's on his way through. Whiffy's still ghosting, unfortunately. Becker is going to probably pass through that Renault ghosting of Whiffy. Actually just behind that Haas driver. Last lap of this race, this man leads. Lap 27 out of 27, ladies and gentlemen. Can Senna hold on to P2? Lucky's just behind in P3. Rashi having a go. We have Postglide making a move for P5 around Livido Boston. Into turn 1. What a recovery drive, to say the least. We have a move on Lucky and Senna. What a move Lucky made. Senna must have had a mistake. Rashi having a look now. Jump on board, Postglad. Don Croce gets himself a 3-second time penalty here at the last lap of the race. All this man has to do is keep it clean. He'll have a podium in his hands. P2 most likely. Coming up to Ascari. Jump on board with this man who's making his way through Ascari now. Lucky 13 gets another 3-second time penalty. Clean race. Did what he had to. Put the pace on that car. This is going to bring that championship rival down a little bit closer going into the Singapore Grand Prix next week. J-Mel in that Mercedes is going to cross the line, do a victory weave, and win the Italian Grand Prix, followed by where's everybody else going to go? There is that crash. J-Mel, Postglad P2, Rashi P3, Senna P4, Devla P5, Livido Boston P6, Croce. Oh, it cut me off before I could get the rest of it in. What a insane race with penalties. Track penalties cost it. Postglad picks up driver of the day this evening. You guys enjoyed the podium celebration. I'll give you guys a rundown of the race results. All right, race results here. JML picks up the win at the Italian Grand Prix, followed by a solid recovery drive this evening from Postglad into P2, and Rashi round out your podium this evening in P3. SF1 Senna championship leader P4, Devla P5, Livid P6, Croce P7, Bill P8, Robert P9, Fatal Defiance P10, Lucky 13 P11, Becker P12, Whiffy, who was ghosting, I believe, a lot of that race, P13, Lunimu P14, Solo P15 with a DNF, and SF1 Carlos with a DNF, as well as Phil and Dinner, unfortunately. So, in a moment's time, let's move on to that podium interview. While this is counting down yet again, I'm going to have to get these guys in, so I need to get Postglad, Rashi, and JML. Get these guys in. Okay, just waiting on these guys.
Here he comes, the lucky one. I'm Postglad.
Well, he drove cleanly. That's what happens when you drive clean.
I only got a penalty because I got pushed on the curb, or I could have got P2.
Can't wait for our interview. Oh my god.
Just waiting.
What am I doing here?
Well, since Rashi and Postglad are here, we're going to kick this off. I'm going to start with P3, Rashi. What a battle the whole way through that race. There were so many battles going on and a lot of track penalties. At the end of it, made it work, made it stick. Talk us through your race. How did you manage that race? Because there were a lot of safety cars and a lot going on in that race.
Well, I started on the softs, which I didn't want to. Wanted to start on the mediums, but everyone else went on softs, so I didn't really have a choice. And then my soft started going off lap 4, 5 because I had to do 2 flyers, so that wasn't ideal. And then pitted lap 10, I think it was, come out in P8, P9, and then just sort of stuck it out. And then when the second safety car come out, everyone else stayed out, so I thought I'm going to try something different, going for the softs, and it worked out for me.
Apologize, my voice is like shot from that craziness, but no, I mean, the safety cars, especially the last one, I was expecting a couple of people to dive for the pits, but nobody actually, except for the backpack, dove for the pits. But yeah, I mean, you kept strong this evening, battling SF1 Senna for a while, which was a good spicy battle. I'd like you to talk about that one, because I know a couple of weeks ago, I think it was at was it Hanoi that you were? No, it wasn't Hanoi. It was somewhere else that you were leading. Baku, you were leading, and he said he had you covered. So I believe that kind of lit a little spark underneath you. So you can run.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, told me I need to be signing Xbox.
Everyone knows me and Senna actually know each other in real life. It was him that brought me into this league. So there's always been a little bit of rivalry going on there, but we both know I'm the better driver, so.
That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. No, but congratulations tonight, Rashi. Solid job for your P3.
Thank you very much.
We'll move it on to the cleanest driver besides JML this evening, Postglad. Just two things I want to touch on real quick, because I'm going to have you talk us through your race. One, beginning of the race, a little bit of an incident, riding around P16, 15 for most of it, and then all the safety cars happen. Find yourself in P6 with a new set of soft compounds and put yourself in P2. So I'm going to give you the floor. Just give us what you got.
Can I do it again?
Yes! How the hell am I
No,
here?
you can't.
How the hell am I here? Right,
Exactly.
I'll talk you through this. You said the cleanest race. It was the worst ever race start I've had in 8 years.
cleanest race on your aspect. That's what I meant. Not
Yeah.
particularly from some of the other drivers.
Oh no no. The start of the race, I have to apologise kind of to my teammate. I misjudged the braking at turn one, went over the curve, waited for everybody to come past. This is going to be the most noobish thing ever. I'll probably take a penalty from this, you know, actually, if he's clipped it. I forgot there was more than 16 people in the race, so I've come back on track and I've took his wing off and mine off. He went into the pits defiant on lap one. I'm not lying, I'm not joking here. This is genuinely what happened. And then I ended up coming in the pits behind him with a 5-second penalty and a wing change. It was 52 seconds off 13th place. After that, it was just a case of keeping it clean, not quitting.
Nope,
The
never
thought
quit.
crossed my mind. The thought crossed my mind. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, I mean, you know, I could be washing my hands here rather than doing this. But I thought, no, we're going to keep going. And then I think it was Carlos brought out the first safety car. I was like, okay, come in for softs. Went for a nervous wee during the safety car as well. I was like, right, okay. And then basically had pace, which I didn't have in the first half of the Grand Prix. Then the second safety car came out, and I obviously, you know, go onto the IMO, check penalties, and I realised it was only JML, or JML, I don't know what his name is, JML's a shopping, was it? Well, yeah, JMLM. And no penalties. I was like, right, I could get podium here. So just carried on keeping it clean. And yeah, my best race ever.
That was solid recovery drive.
Nice one.
Congratulations, Postglad. Rashi, congratulations to you. I know he's not here. I always send him an invite, but he never wants to talk to me. JML, congratulations. For all three of you guys, that was a solid Italian Grand Prix. On to Singapore, one of my favorite tracks on the calendar. I loved it. It's endurance,
Singapore,
it's
Rashi,
focus, it's everything I like about racing. So hopefully you guys' luck carries over until next week. And until then, we're going to sign off. Let you guys enjoy the weekend. One more final congratulations for everybody that tuned in this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, congratulations again. Can't say enough. That was super exciting. I'll see you guys next week. Until then, Singapore next week. Can't wait. Make sure you tune in on Sunday to see these guys in GP1 tackle the Temple of Speed. I'll be with you in comms, followed by SF1 Carlos is going to join me. And until then, I'll see you guys then. Stay safe. We'll see you guys soon. Enjoy the weekend. SF1 is signing out. Good night.